you think the state should be involved in helping the Bucks build a new arena? And if so, would you favor a regional tax, a super TIF, or bonding, or what would you favor?
Well, first and foremost, I think we try to get people at the table to figure out what all the options are. And certainly having $200 million is a really, really good start. But are there other ways of being able to bring private investment into this, private financing that could over time be paid off? I think all of those should be investigated and supported and pushed. And that public funding of it should be one of the last options that's looked at. But it certainly should be looked at and should be on the table. But I think it has to be supported by the taxpayers. You know, this is not something that people can just can be done without having public support for the projects.
In what sense? In tax increase or bonding, or in what way?
I'd look at all the different options, but to figure out which ones do have make the most sense, have the greatest amount of public support. But I think a lot has changed in just the last couple of days, you know, from where it stood a week ago. And I think it is time to look at different options. And it's a very different thing to plug a $200 million hole than it is a $400 million hole.
So you wouldn't rule off the table a regional tax increase to pay for it?
I wouldn't rule it out, but it'd be just one of all the options that we should be looking at. And in the end, it does have to be about what is going to benefit most Milwaukee and the Milwaukee region.
As governor, would you support some state support?
I'd have to look at only if it's the best option for the people of the state of Wisconsin.
I'm not sure what that means. So only if what would it mean for to give state dollars? What would it require for it to be in the best interest of the taxpayers?
That you could go to the people and make a really clear case that this is in the best interest. So the best interest is economic. I think it can be measured in terms of economic impact, whether it's, you know, room taxes, whether it's increased tourist dollars, whether it's just, you know, what the teams and the other events generate. But you know,
would you have a referendum like they did in the
I think only if it was clear that information was needed. I mean, Dan, I think that there's a lot of different ways that this could possibly be funded and to be looked at. I don't think that referendum or additional sales tax increase is necessarily the way that it would need to go. And so I would hope that there's other options that frankly would have greater public support. You know, I think we've already seen in some of the outlying counties that there's county boards that have already voted and saying they're not in favor of it. So I don't see anything that you're shoving down people's throats that people don't want to have.
Are you optimistic or pessimistic that this will happen?
I'm optimistic, absolutely.